there's nothing left for me to do except act differently than I used to. Before, during tough times, I would complain, be sad, and scream at the universe of how unfair my life was. And now, my situation is so critical that I don't even have the time to complain anymore. I don't have the choice but to sit on my bed, relax my poor heart, and breathe out the air in my lungs in an attempt to externalize my anxiety with it. Because I know that those anxious thoughts I have won't help me resolve the problem of my situation. So I feel like I don't have any other choice but to calm down and act wisely. I heard that this is how successful people become successful. They don't lay down on their bed, cry their eyes out, and blame life or whoever that their life sucks. They sit at a table, meditate to relax their body, because they're still human after all, and find many different solutions to their problem, to then choose the best one that will not only resolve their issues, but also propels their career. Because they know that what's happening to them right now might be the answer to their wish, even though it doesn't look or feel like it for now. They perfectly know how the universe is working. They know that nothing is random. They know that the situation they're in right now won't last forever, and that the best way to overcome it is peacefully. And that's what I realized the other day, after crying my eyes out about my situation, that what I'm going through might be a blessing in disguise. And maybe one day I'll finally tell the full extent of my current situation, and people will realize how crazy it is for me to see this way after everything I'm going through. But I also know that if I had to talk about every difficulties of my situation right now, it will be motivated by the old validation-seeking part of me. See? See how strong I am for staying positive after what I'm going through right now? Which would only imply that I don't believe that I'm strong and capable, and that I need someone to say it to me to feel better and more comfortable with myself. I knew this way of thinking before. I knew it was possible because after discovering spirituality at 19 years old, I was curious enough to search about it on the internet. And I read other people's story about what some would call miracles and what spirituality is calling inner work. And I believed it right away because I've seen it with my own eyes. How staying positive attracts more positivity in your life. And same goes with negativity. But that night, after crying for 10 long minutes about how everything I'm doing is not working, I remembered that nothing happens randomly. And I do think that it was easier for me to remember that and to basically pick myself up because I've been changing my habits lately to the point where I've been listening to podcasts about it, watching videos about it, meditating about it, hell, even writing about it, which led me to make not only the episode you're listening to right now, but also this podcast. So I know that doing all of that changed my way of viewing my own life, my surroundings, and current events. I'm rewiring my brain. That's what my spiritual guides meant when they told me through a reading I received to change my perception on my situation. I didn't fully understood back then, and it was only a few weeks ago. 8 max. And now, it's getting easier to stay positive. So now I know that my response to my current situation will determine my future. Because what made me end up in this situation, again, is me repeating the same actions, having the same negative thoughts, and perpetrating the same cycles. Responding differently, for once, will break the unhealthy cycle I'm in and lead me to my desired future. So you actually have nothing to lose and everything to gain to think positive and do things differently. Or you can keep complaining about how miserable your life is. It's up to you.